Good evening, Rockdale County, and welcome to the Wednesday midweek report with Larry Cox. So glad to have you all here today. What some happenings yesterday, guys? Yesterday was like it was off the chain at the Board of Commissions yesterday. So okay, you got to start with this. So yesterday morning, we get out there at 9 o'clock. We got people starting to arrive, doing their protesting, holding their signs. Uh, the building, people start going across to go inside, and we notice a group of employees come marching. So, citizens go scramble to get their seats, and so the building fills up. So the fire chief and such, they keep everybody else from coming out. The chairman says shut the door for the safety of the commissioners. Not going to have CNN or whoever broadcasting. Uh, it was crazy, man. So then some of the citizens asked some of the county people, "Why are y'all here?" And they just said, "We got an email that said to come here and get in a seat." So that was very interesting. So and we've been hearing rumors that that they had tried to stuff the building with employees, and we felt that it was most likely true. But today I got some information. Somebody sent me a message and said, "Hey, yeah, there was a message sent out Monday that all department heads, all directors, were mandatory that they attend the meeting, and it was strongly suggested that all deputy directors." So we did a little math and looked at this email list. Well, first of all, we wanted to do an open records request and confirm that this actually occurred. So we had an idea of when and where this was sent. So that open records request was done by Alex McDonald, and it came back that yes, that was done, and we actually got a copy of the email here that or calendar invite that was sent, and I'm going to share that right now as we're on here. So this calendar invite was sent, and it up here at the top where my pointer is, it says millage rate meeting attendance required. So so it was a mandatory attendance for department for directors, and it was strongly suggested that deputy directors attended. So our math shows that being around 52 people. So 52 people were required to come to that meeting yesterday. And of that 52, 21 of them did occupy seats because I did do that head count yesterday. It was actually more than that because there's some people up in the corner too. So it's probably like 24. So you had like 24 county employees that were able to occupy the seats. Citizens went in, got the seats. The other people weren't able to get in there. So there were at least 52 county employees that the department heads were mandatory. The other one strongly suggested that they attend that meeting, and that's only about a 70 seat capacity room, and they were at least going to take up 52 of those seats. Down here in the heading, it says we are looking forward to our upcoming millage rate meetings and would like to request that all department heads are present at the scheduled meeting. We are also strongly encouraging that all deputies are present as well. Please plan to arrive 15 minutes before the start time of each meeting. If you have a scheduled conflict for either yourself or your deputy, please contact me directly. And this was sent out by HR, or what they like to call talent management director, Tony Holmes. So this is interesting. We've got this going on, and we do know that this was sent out Monday. We do know Monday that a citizen went and spoke with the chairman, told him to expect a large number of citizens to attend this meeting. And so the county was well aware it was going to be largely attended by the public, but yet still sent this directive directing these 52 or plus individuals to fill that 70 seat auditorium or meeting room, and knowing that it was going to prevent individuals from attending that meeting. Now, it gets even worse because you had elderly citizens with walkers and canes outside that morning in the heat. So this is absolutely ridiculous, guys. They knew exactly what they were doing. This was intentional. This was intentional. They intentionally uh, stuffed that room to prevent citizens from going in there and playing a waiting game, hoping that they would go away. This is, guys, what can you say? That was cruel and unusual treatment of Rockdale County citizens. Now, I'm going to go even further with this, okay? We all know the numbers that 80% of Rockdale County employees don't live in the Rockdale County. And it's even a higher percent when you look at directors and deputies. So, so we're probably looking at 90% of the people they wanted to come to that meeting weren't even Rockdale County residents, so that they could occupy seats, so that Rockdale County residents who this impacts directly would not be able to sit in on this meeting, or make it so uncomfortable they wouldn't stick around to speak. Well, that morning, a lot of them didn't stick around and they left. But yesterday evening, we had a crowd of around 100 people outside, and everybody stuck around. And that was like 3 hours, guys. I mean, people stood out there. They stayed out there until everyone got their turn to speak that day that signed up to speak. So, and people, they spoke the truth about what was going on, how it was going on, and why it was going on. The chairman and the BOC was called out on this. Now, guys, I'm just going to put it up again. Let me show you. This is a directive that was sent out that mandated these individuals to attend that meeting and take up those seats when they were aware that was going to happen, and that Rockdale County citizens were going to be denied seating because these county employees were going to take. Right here it is, guys. You can't. I mean, we're not making it up. Right here it is. Proof is in the pudding. Right here it is. Now after this meeting, they did put out a notice that only directors were suggested to come, and the deputy directors and all other employees were not required and actually recommend they didn't come. But that was after they were called out on it at the meeting. They were called out on this. And that morning, and Charlotte just brought this up, the morning meeting, for the majority of the meeting, the people outside had no idea what was going inside because there was no audio or video of what was going on. But toward the end of yesterday's meeting, they put audio up so that you could hear the commissioner's comments. So the commissioner's comments were broadcast outside. The public comments weren't. But for the evening meeting, they did have that. Now, they did open up 903 so that you could get out of the weather. But this is the problem with this, guys. State law required them that if the meeting room was not able to facilitate the number of people that were going to attend, that they move it to a larger room or facility. State law. So they tried to say because the 903, the auditorium, which holds 500 or 600 people, had been occupied for a tax sale, which the tax sale is if you can't pay your taxes, they sell your property because you can't pay your taxes. Isn't that ironic that they were having the tax sale next door while they were having the tax increase meeting that was going to make people not be able to pay their taxes next year so they could have more properties at that tax sale next year? Exactly what was going on. And the county, they like to call this the millage rate hearing. I'm going to call it exactly what it is. This is the tax increase meeting. The tax increase meeting. Because they only have to have this meeting if they're going to increase taxes. It has nothing to do with the millage rate. Actually, it has everything to do with raising taxes. So that's what this meeting is. It's the meeting to raise your taxes. It's the tax increase meeting. It's what it is. You know, Channel 5 actually covered this story that morning. And what I'm going to do for you guys, I'm actually going to play the Channel 5 my bad video if it comes up. Let me open it up, and I'll chat here a little bit like I know what I'm doing with this technology. And trust me, guys, I have no other. And I'm going to rant and rave a little bit about the tax. So my stream went down. Some storm out there impacting activity. No, there. So do you guys still have me? It says I lost my stream for a minute. I'm gonna.
Area. This proposal will direct community's most vulnerable residents. We had will afford her property taxes, and she's going to have to leave her home. And it's just so coincident. Next door today, they're having the therapist selling people's properties that are delinquent on taxes right next door to that meeting with. Recognized as a top-rated.
So they put an ad in here right in the middle of this, guys. This is can't go. You skip the ad.
A proposal to raise taxes in the county. It's gotten some homeowners fired up. The Rockdale County Board of Commissioners wants to raise property taxes. In local residents. Today, they're having the therapist selling people's properties right next door to having this meeting when these board of education are increasing taxes on senior citizens in this county to where they are going to be forced out of home and independent living. The Rockdale County Board of Commissioners is scheduled to host another public hearing about the tax hike Tuesday.
To let everybody know, it's not that stream that is outside right now, and the weather it's actually impacting my internet connection. It was not the other stream doing anything. So I hope you guys are still, because it's actually showing my connectivity is not very good right now, but I think I am still streaming. Would somebody let me know if I'm still streaming right now? So like I said, it was not that news article that was doing it. It's just we have some bad connectivity because I think we had some weather interfering with some signals. Okay, so yeah, that's actually what's happening. And just to let you know, I'm not back really good. I have a terrible signal right now, and it's just struggling to get through. So I'm glad that I am. But that aired on Fox 5 on Common Ground. Also interviewed people Not only did they interview people, but they did an article. I was able to look at that today. So, guys, I'm going to put something up that John Bowers has got right here. I think it's very important to look at. So, in 2020, that is Oz Nesbitt, paid more than $4,000 for taxes, but then decreased to $3,768.05 for 2021. His bill for 2022 shows the property tax at the same amount, $3,768.05, which is the same of the previous year. So his taxes did not go up. That's right. Chairman Oz Nesbitt's taxes went, can we get this? They went down. Y'all remember when y'all said that taxes are going down? Well, there is one home in Rockdale County that we know that's true, and that was his own home. The taxes on his home did go, as he said, down. Everybody else's has gone up, and his went down. So, guys, what are we going to do here? I mean, you've got this corrupt board of committee. Doreen Williams last night tried to justify raising your taxes because you have a host. Because you have a host, then we can raise your taxes. You've got this host, so you can afford for us to raise your taxes. These other counties don't have it. So because you have it, we'll raise your taxes. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But we do have a group of individuals running the county who are fiscally illiterate, and that comes from Director Mark Lewis, who in that infamous audio, where he had that town hall, that online meeting with the citizens, said that these elected officials are fiscally illiterate, that financially they have no understanding of what's going on in this county. They don't understand finances, and they don't understand budgetary systems. So, guys, you can't make this up. The board of commission, under the leadership of this chairman, attempt to fill the room up so that citizens can't attend a meeting. He was pre-warned it was going to be a large meeting. Then that evening, they said it was, that they couldn't move it because it was occupied by the tax commissioner and the tax sale. Well, that's not true. They were done with the tax sale before the first meeting was over. The tax sale meeting was done before the first tax increase meeting was finished. So they were done by noon. So they had from noon till 6 o'clock to get that auditorium ready for the citizens of Rockdale County to be able to have that meeting and everyone be in the same room, attend and observe. Well, I have been told today by sources that the county will be having next week's meeting in the auditorium. They were advised by several county residents today. They were actually sent the state law that requires that if a meeting is the number of people wanting to attend is larger than the room that it's being held in, state law requires them to move it to a larger room to accommodate the crowd, the citizens, the audience that is going to attend that meeting. State law mandates it that they do that. So they will be doing that next week, but they could have easily done that last night. And another thing that really got on my nerves is that the chairman insinuated that there were individuals spreading false information regarding the data that was released regarding the millage rate and the percent. Well, the only data that had been discussed by any outside sources that I was aware of was the data that the county had released via press releases. The county had released the 45% and the 20% millage rate information in press releases to media sources. So the individuals and media sources got that from the county, and they were reporting the information they received from the county. Then some citizen opened up the door and said there's been misinformation. The chairman agreed. There are people out there that are talking about things they don't know what they're talking about. Well, unfortunately, or fortunately, there are citizens who do know what they're talking about, who are putting this information out, explaining it to the citizens so that they understand what's going on. This Board of Commission does not actually want a well-informed populace. They do not actually want a well-informed citizenry. They want you to not know what's going on. Uh, they never did put the correct percent out. They put the new mill out, but they never did say it was 30.298%. And that's what it is. Alex McDonald had calculated the numbers prior, to, and it was 30.928, which is rounded up to 31%. So that's what the tax increase is going to be if voted on by the commission. I think they're in a bit of a quagmire because let me tell you why. I think that you got two of them that really want to vote no and hoping that two more do vote yes. So I think it's going to be, they could accidentally not approve it if they don't be careful how they vote. so that's going to be interesting. So I think we have one that said that is, I've got sources they will not be voting for it. Then you've got these others that are that they don't know how to maneuver this. Uh, uh, so this is crazy, guys. We've got to really look at this on from a standpoint of what do we want in this county? Do we want to continue with this madness and this incompetence and just heartlessness? And I told the commission yesterday that the commission, the Board of Education, and the City of Conyers were the heartless three because they are going to tax senior citizens and lower and middle income individuals out of home ownership in this county. So who do they want, living in this county? I mean, and ultimately renters it's going to be passed on to renters. And if you pass this kind of price increases on to renters, they're not going to be able to afford to rent in Rockdale County. So ultimately driving your tax base away because Rockdale County does not have an industrial tax base. We are a bedroom community who have a homeowner's tax base. That's what we have. Because people talk about what you can do in Newton County, talk about what you can do in DeKalb County, talk about what you can do in Henry County. All of those counties have something that Rockdale County doesn't have. They have an industrial tax base, which Rockdale County doesn't have and never will have. We do not have the landmass or the space in this county to develop that type of business. And whether that hurts people's feelings or they don't understand it, I am sorry. But that is the truth. This is a bedroom community county because of we're landlocked. It's what we are. And people have got to realize that that's what this county is. And if you have a group of commissioners who want this county to be something more than it is, and they are delusional, then we need to find a way for them not to be our commissioners any longer. We had these large crowds at this, and next week when we opened that auditorium, and I know we had this 150 or so people probably last night, but it doesn't need to be 150 people next Tuesday. It needs to be 450, 500 people. We need Rockdale County to show up in force next Tuesday. Rockdale County, if you're listening right now, drop everything that you're doing next Tuesday. Drop every single thing that you're doing. Run, rush, go to that Board of Commission meeting. Speak your word. Like many of the people last night, tell them this is the last years you're going to be sitting up on those pedestals. You're coming down. We're not going to vote for you anymore. We're going to send you home. That's what we need to do, folks. It's definitely what we need to do. We need to send them home. Now, how can I get involved in this measure? Tell you how you can get involved in this measure. You can go to the rockdalevoter.com and you can do a petition. You can actually do a sign up to protest this tax increase, and you'll be able to hold signs at the tax increase hearing next Tuesday, and then you can go and speak. So that's what you need to do. You need to go to the rockdalevoter.com, sign up to participate, and then go to that meeting next week and speak your piece. Let this commission know what you're thinking and how you're thinking. Because enough is enough, people. This commission needs to know how you're feeling and what you're feeling. Because even when we spoke the last two meetings, Doreen Williams had no idea what you were talking about because financially illiterate. Financially illiterate. And then I don't know if anybody else, if any of the other two really give a damn. So financially illiterate. There are some other things that are going on that I'm going to wait till Sunday to talk about because there's some ORRs out there and I want to see if the information comes back. If the information doesn't come back, I still feel comfortable talking about these informations because my sources are solid. And so I will do that. But guys, you got to look. I mean, this tax increase is ridiculous. And the citizens of Rockdale County, we can't continue to let this happen. I want to talk about the forensic audit. I know right now the Rockdale voter has collected nearly 300 signatures requesting a forensic audit. Former Chairman Oden has collected several hundred on his own. So I would say roughly right now we have 500 signatures of citizens requesting the forensic audit. We should have 62,000, whatever the registered voter number is. That's what we should have because 62,000 residents should be requesting a forensic audit. So go to the rockdalevoter.com and do the petition requesting the forensic audit because there are several things that are going on that I think, first of all, the CFO was terminated for unknown reasons. And then there's some questions about some purchases of whether they were lease purchases or outright purchases. And that's the issue, one of the issues I'm going to talk about Sunday that I'm going to wait to see if some ORRs come back. If the ORR doesn't come back, still going to talk about the matter because the source that I got about that is a solid source. Not going to name the source, just going to, this source told me that high-level county officials informed him of something that is contrary to what had been publicized and what had been reported on at some BOC meetings a few years ago. So could be a smoking gun for a forensic audit. Could be that smoking gun for the forensic audit. Could be that smoking gun for the FBI investigation that we need to take people down and out. Could be. It very well could be the smoking gun that we've all been waiting for to put some people in the federal penitentiary. Let's hope so. I'm hoping so. I'm wishing people wearing some orange jumpsuits. That's what I'm wishing. I'm wishing to see 3 people that I know wearing orange. I'm smiling about it because it makes me happy thinking about 3 people I know that might wear an orange jumpsuit. Hey, if it makes you happy, Let's see a thumbs up in the chat. Let's see people say, hell yeah. Let's see, we want to see 3 people we know wear orange jumpsuits. That's what I like about this show. Sometimes I get to do a little bit of nonsense and be a little crazy. Because you know what? Can't be sane all the time. If you're sane all the time and you're dealing with these folks, just like last night was the perfect opportunity. We should have brought a sign and put it over the commission thing that said Clown University. If you want to run away from home and join the circus and be a clown, this is where you need to go first. You go here and you graduate from this clown college, and then you will be one of the highest paid clowns in history. You go to that college in Rockdale County at 901 Main Street. They have the best program in the universe training clowns. We've had clown after clown after clown come out of that university, and they are the finest clowns on the planet Earth. So, oh hell yeah, you want to be a clown? 901 Main Street, Conyers, Georgia, Clown University. Hey, that's all I got to say tonight. I'm going to end up getting myself in trouble. So, let me get off of here tonight before somebody tries to put me in an orange jumpsuit. So, love you guys. Can't wait to next Tuesday. Can't wait to Sunday for the show, and then I can't wait to see all you guys Tuesday at that next millage rate meeting, I messed up called a millage rate meeting when it's actually a tax increase meeting. So I can't wait to see you guys at the tax increase meeting on Tuesday. But I will talk to each and every one of you again this coming Sunday right here on the Sunday edition with Larry Cox. Thanks everybody, and I look forward to it. And I will see you Sunday night, 8:30.